Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. Um, Good job on clicking in because it's going to be quite a tasty game. This is the ETF2L season 35 of the Premiership division. I believe it's week 6, and it's going to be arguably the top, well, most definitely the top current EU team, which is Ascent.EU, versus the Olga will explain will pronounce the name of his team in the post interview. I'm sure the French team. Um, it's going to be a good one. We'll start on product and then make our way to granary in our second map. And I'm joined by the lovely analysis caster DuMmTm. How are
Wait a
you doing
second. The
tonight?
fist fight for
Oh,
Thomas winning that one. That is ever so important. Giving them the blue team, I believe, is what they want. Just as we retreat to this. Yeah, the age-old debate: who gets which team on product? And Thomas wins it all.
yeah. So
Very
I
quick
do.
one.
I do apologise. I was not where my spectator cam was not on the. I completely glossed over the heavy fist fight was happening. So that's going to be a Ascent on the blue team. There's no dispute there. It's they do have that. I think something to do with the cliff jump advantage. I can't remember the exact advantage of blue team. Don't do you know
It,
what it is?
yeah, it's just obviously with how the walls are different, you just have different options to jump from, and they want to be having the left-handed jump into cliff instead of the left-handed jump into grass instead. Seems like a pretty reasonable idea because that's where mostly people are falling back into, right? Through cliff
Okay.
mostly, so that makes a lot more sense to me.
Okay.
Yeah, it is surprising in a much different affair here that Thomas was the heavy and not Credu of all people. It
Oh,
seems really strange, but I mean, hey, it worked.
I saw no nothing bad about the Thomas heavy choice, but I guess Credu is the more well known for his off classing. Is that why you questioned it?
Well, Credu is just an avid believer in heavy class in general, so
Oh,
I would come to some surprise. Either way, though, like you said, Ascent, a heavy hitter this season, have been gotten to drop some points before. Lego got 1, Sixers got 3 at the beginning of the season in a rather weak Gully Wash, I believe it was, in week 1. Austin Dick were one of the two, and the other one they bounced back strong on. So it wasn't a flawless season for the top dogs, but still a strong one nonetheless. And it's just about getting this to the finish, getting into playoffs, and getting the wins there is all that really matters. But obviously, getting them now helps even more so. They have 2 teams left, Frenchies and Wizards, 2 teams that I think most people would rate fairly closely. They're currently apart by 1 point, and that 1 point that the Frenchies don't have, that the Wizards do have, could make or break their playoffs chances here. Anything in terms of points out of this game is important, since this is one of 2 games they have left to play here against Ascent and Lego, so against the top 2-ish to 3-ish teams, whatever current position they have. It's awkward with the drop teams, obviously, because some teams just have more games played than others. So, like, this 1 point the Frenchies don't have could be really bad. They need these out of the teams where the side of Wizards also isn't getting them, really, against these top teams. If they can get anything out of Ascent or Lego, that alone is huge. So, as much as the win is, like, not the most realistic goal, maybe anything helps in the current situation.
yeah. Obviously, the more points, the better. That goes without saying. And I was seeing a stream the other day, I think yesterday, of the Aubryac stream of his Div 1 team, Boynical. They were scrimming this the current French team and the red team with Raffandelli and co. And it started in the Div 1 team's favour with them going 2-0 up. And then all of a sudden, French team, they turn it around and make it 3-2. So that was quite a strong comeback against the top Div 1 team on product. So I'm wondering what we'll see from them this time, if they can sort of try and replicate that comeback, or if Ascent will just do Ascent things and roll over, as we have seen them in previous games. Although I've noticed that last week, Ascent were meant to play against the German team, if I'm not correct, and they didn't, obviously because the team folded and gave a default win. So this is Ascent's first official this season on King of the Hill product, whereas for the French team, it's their second official. So I'm wondering if that will factor into anything. But of course, they have scrimmed.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, the practicing schedule is probably still very much intact. Maybe they scrimmed instead of the official as well, who knows? Because it's just a day where they probably plan to play anyway. Maybe they just play Dota instead, because that's what they like doing regardless. Whichever the case, I mean, surely they played it at some point here. Maybe just a little less, but given the quality of the team, I don't know if that makes enough of an impact. The argument you made earlier about the ability of the Frenchies to adapt and come back is obviously very useful. Obviously a much different team in this case here, not to disrespect the top Div 1 team by any means, having seen them. They're really good all by themselves, but this is still a much different caliber here, and Ascent's going to make it a lot harder for them to just find these small openings to like find answers to.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We have seen the likes of Cradu going on to his infamous sniper class, and he's crazy on that on the Australian hedge clicking off class, and we'll see. I think Gink, if we see that, I think Gink and Papi will stay soldier. I mean, I might be wrong, but we'll see Cradu sniper at some point, and I think Red's response will be with the either the soldier focus aggression with the bombs onto the sniper, whether that'll be China or Cliff, wherever, or I think we might see Karnax go sniper. And out of the two scouts, I reckon Karnax over Alien Smiley for the sniper off-classer.
I would be, as much as I can kind of see it, very much surprised to see them go sniper at all. They are very much trying to play this traditionally, which is surprising because obviously they started out with just like the pyro and everything, but these days it's calmed down quite a lot in that regard. So it would be interesting to see if they do it at all. Let's see.
We're seeing Delhi saying have fun in chats, but no good luck. So they're really coming out strong. Delhi's already jumping to mid, actually beating Lucas Fair, but that's not really going to come to much now. Both teams are arriving. And the health of Crate is actually really low, and really early aggression from Duo there, but getting cleaned up by Papi Coolant. And there's Papi with a return bomb onto the concrete, taking out Raph. That was well played by Ascent Papi, but gets cleaned up. But again, we're seeing frags favouring Ascent, the blue team so far, and a good strong start from Ascent.EU. Decent prediction. If we made a prediction, that would have probably been the more predicted first mid.
Yeah, that is a good start to have. They didn't get the medic, so there's not enough like downtime here to just sit on this point comfortably right now. Obviously, the Frenchies will be soon to make a move here, coming out already before the Uves are even up for themselves. Just trying to get the pressure on straight away. Instead on, they're still trying to get the force out with just damage presence towards the point. But so far, they're losing the fight here. Both scouts down, lots of damage on the demo man as well. They need to be careful on the Frenchies.
Yeah, they're not getting the most comfortable fight. Well, Raph does pick up the Pappy there, so I guess there's a pick there, a bit of a salvaged pocket pick. But aggression on Cliff, there goes Delhi and Raph, two projectile classes. But we're going to see Gink falling on the side, on the flank to Alien and the Co. But so the fighting was done on both sides there. Now it's even numbers, but the spawners will be favourable for a red team. But it looks like Alien's just running, but he gets dropped. Not the Uber you want to see. The combo scout of Alien Smiley will not be happy with that. Olga with the worst Uber, and Domo with Uber on Thomas, but they're not going to be overextending. Very smartly played there, backing up to point. No need to overextend there, DuMmTm.
Yeah, that was really, really unfortunate for Olga, so just not quite reacting in time. They do back out in time, like you said, so they have still a chance to fight back here with the better spawns as well. The long-term fight held, but this is already stalling for so much time on sand. As long as they just keep them at bay here, this is a solid 2 minutes by the time they even get the points. Raph going down early, Papi just getting the backlines there. Thomas with him too, so just making it a fight on both fronts here, and eventually just won by the nature of shutting down the bomb from behind. So well defended there on the attempt to get towards point by the Frenchies, and they will get the point as well. That was a lot to keep track of, so really well done.
Yeah. In the end, they're favourable frags for less fake callers. Both meds slightly even Uber. Olga a slight 10% ad, but it's not really come to much. But they do have the point control, so looks like Ascent will have to make the first move here in terms of progressing forward and trying to trade Ubers and get some bombs going on. But right now they're sort of edging the other side of point. But I think Delhi does want to meet them in the end with Olga's Uber. But Aliens taking a lot of damage, making it a bit uncomfortable for that scout. But there's a bit of action in concrete. Two trade frags there. Ascent, Gink and Duo 69 going down. But the Ubers have been popped in the middle of the pointer, but it's actually closer to the blue side, but they're going to be edging forward a little bit for scouts. But a Graf, good timed bomb, but that's cleaned up straight away from Pappy. He was expecting. I think Alien's a bit too overextended, and yeah, goes down there by Thomas and Deli and Olga. Looks like they're going to go out of there with blue capping the midpoint there.
That was incredibly well done by Ascent. They made so much work out of so little space they had in the corner there and just made the bombs completely go void. Really well executed by them. Get themselves the point and a forward hold. They play quick off this. This is still even Ubers. And getting forward out of this needs to happen fast. They did set up completely on left side. DuMmTm scout on right.
We're seeing the Pyro
here, yeah.
Oh, yes, that's Raph bombing in to kind of make some space for the team, but Lucas actually meeting him across. But whoa, Ging in the back line, taking down Olga and Alien. Might get Deli as well. Ascent, Ging doing bits on the flank right there. There's Deli as well. A 3k and a 4k from Ascent, Ging. Wow, only Lucas and Pappy going down. That was perfectly played by the English roamer from Ascent, Ging.
Yeah, that is just the gameplay you need to keep yourself in after losing a player fairly quickly there. That's just a huge turnaround here. With the medic going down as well, the Frenchie is just having to fight out of such a disadvantage state, including the Ubers, and that is the push coming in here.
Yeah, Olga actually surfing out from Lucas's sticky, so just get out of there. Raph going down there to Gink, and by Gink taking down by Karnax. There's just frags going both ways, to be honest. The kill feed is just red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. Taking the turns to trade frags, and Pappy is meeting him in through main. There's not going to be any cap time. Deli going to be on point now. Oh, a bit of damage actually. Whoa, Olga and Domo, my apologies, Lucas and Pappy all going down. Wow, Deli and Co sort of salvaging that across point. Nice damage there from the demo man.
Yeah, Ascent really tunnel vision in the medic there, and sure they got it, but it's still roughly even anyway. Olga got the better spawn, but obviously has no one with him from spawn, so it's that even here. Ascent needs to just play this out with a good even situation right now, be it from the Ubers or from non-Uber. Both is like valid options on product. Let's see which one is better for them. They have plenty of time to spare. They can take this nice and slow if they need to, but no, here comes the aggression already.
Ooh, yeah, we're going to see Crater and Duo going down, and Lucas actually going picked off by Alien Smiley, and just 2 for 2 frags for now. But oh, Pappy bombing in from behind there, but might get cleaned up and connected. But no, Deli putting out some pipes onto Thomas, and oh, putting out some nice small spam. The French Doberman meeting his opponent across the point with his own weapon and spam, and just trading damage for now. Nothing too decisive that we're seeing at the moment, but we do see Cradle edging the cap point there. That'd be some good cap time. But 2 frags there, Duo and Gink. Alien getting piped by Lucas Tank, and it's going to be Uber trading on point, and Raph in the midst of all this doesn't get airshot, but he does Crater. Oh, Deli getting clean up straight away. Molchem. Pappy coming in to get that last pick onto Olga. This is a rocket, but it doesn't matter. It's the first round decisively, I'd say, but close.
It was a solid fight there towards the end, but the beginning was just way too strong. They had this like huge buffer. Still a minute left by the time the round ends, so strong performance by Ascent so far. Just played it nice and calm there towards the end. Just played well around the exchange and made that one count enough. Mid-fight last time was really good for Ascent. Let's see how it goes in round 2.
Yeah, it's going to see Lucas, Deli would jump there again, but would not really come to much. And there's Raph already behind, but it looks like Ascent are playing sort of their own side. Pappy's come behind onto Olga. Olga's really got to surf away from that damage from the soldier. But we're seeing favourable positions and damage for Ascent, and the French team looks like they're going to be chasing to concrete. Deli might get surf. Oh, he does surf out. Raph does get a pick. No, Deli gets cleaned up by Ascent Crazy there. Just better position, more damage from blue team, and we're going to be capitalising that second round, and capping the point.
Which is surprising, because the Frenchies played aggressive much earlier, but it just didn't amount to anything. Ascent really well sponging that one up. Here's some counter-aggression players towards point, while trying to get through the flank. So the Frenchies are trying to make a move here, but again, just not really getting past anything just yet. This has to be an exchange. Alien takes the initiative, goes over point. This will be the fight.
Lovely. Doesn't get dropped this time, but we do see Pappy and Thomas just above, just not moving, because they don't really need to. They're just playing musical statues or something like that. Red team edging the point, but I can't quite cap it yet. There's just too much aggression from Cradu and Lucas. Wow, Cradu trading meat trucks, Alien there, Carnex going down as well. And we've seen, more favourable frags, but Deli, so much damage into the soldiers and Thomas, my goodness. And his soldier, Duo partner, does save him there by killing up Gink. And there goes Deli from a pipe from Lucas. And Pappy actually going to bomb and make some sort of aggression movement onto point with the spawners, because Red has capped a point, so Ascent spawners will be spawner. Will be faster, my apologies. But Pappy gets taken down, but blue team so aggressive across point, but no frags favouring them. Although Alien does get my apologies, piped and gets cleaned up there, DuMmTm.
Yeah, that was like, despite the player down early, despite Papi dying early, they just got the space they needed to, and anyone committing back in is gonna be in for a tough time. So they kept the point out. Re-aggression by the Frenchies straight away. They're still down Alien, but they don't care. They just want the exchange here first of all. Don't need everyone up for that. Raph in the backlines too helps out with that quite nicely. Ubers are fading. Who's gonna be better off with this one? Raph not getting out quite. No, he does barely.
Just gets out with the skin of his teeth. And just a basic sort of your scout. Oh, Lucas getting juggled through actually by Deli Stickies. Wow, yeah, a crazy aggression we've seen from Red Team, but 2 for 2 frags we've seen. And Deli, doesn't see Credo on point. I guess taken down there. So in the end, yeah, favouring Ascent there. Was a bit dicey at the start of that little fight. Went for 2 frags for 2 frags, but Gink actually getting. Was that an air shot? No, I didn't see that. It might have been. But yeah, pick for Duo. And I think French team will want to take this in a few seconds with their better spawners.
It was a nice little shot by Draw there to help out. It's only 1 pick. It's a decent one, sure, but like, how much can they do with this right now? It comes down to such a small like time window they have here. Papi's already wasting more time by just pressuring them from the back line, wrapping around perfectly. Gets the jump into Olga, doesn't hit him. Credo in the sidelines though, that is perfect.
Yeah, really well played there from Ascent, sinking the damage with the flank players. Oh, both bomb from Duo isn't gonna. No, Domo is still 150 health, 100% Uber, and it's looking way more decisive for Ascent this round with a full advantage as well. I wonder how Deli and Co are going to take this forward with a big disadvantage. Big bomb, we're seeing onto the combo. Deli not getting much, I'm afraid. Does get chip shot of it by Sky, but Domo does use the Uber there, so they do achieve what they wanted. So it's going to be a reset for the 2 teams.
Alright, 14 more seconds on the Ascent timer here. This is not a lot of time for the Frenchies to make the comeback as the forward hold is trying to come out again. Didn't last too long, but it still wasted a considerable amount of time overall with the aftermath of just a lot of things dying. So let's see, the Pyro's out again. Gink is ready to fall into the backlines again and make a mess of things. He gets there again, not for long enough though.
Oh, Credo on the flank as well, though. He's going through Cliff. They haven't seen him. He's... No, they have... Oh, yeah, he just one-taps Duo. They've actually used through here. The Uber will not obtain much. So it was only that Gink frag from earlier, but that wasn't even to do with the Uber. So Domo is going to have 95%. They're giving them a point because they can. They have that like 2-minute advantage. But here come blue team. Whoa, crazy aggression from Papi. Might get caught off by, there goes Papi Karnax, killing him there. Deli getting taken down. This is looking like a pretty strong Uber. Their positioning is looking decently favourable, but Toma's getting cleaned up by Alien Smiley. So actually, I've spoken too long. Domo gets taken down. Gink as well. Alien hitting a lot of meat shot. Oh, takes down Lucas as well. Wow, I thought Ascent was going to thrive after that, but apparently not.
Yeah, they were just playing all by themselves. No one was really playing around each other, so that just came down to whoever could take the 2v1 quicker. And the Frenchie is taking the well end of this one for now. A decent bit of advantage, not much time again. 6 seconds. They really can't even let them cap much at all to keep this round alive. A minute and a half, much less time than last time, but let's see. The Frenchies will have to deal with the captain coming in already, and they need to be careful here. Rotation in the backline.
Look at this aggression through connector to concrete. Wow, Red Team was not expecting that. Lucas bombing onto Olga. Oh, they do use Uber to be fair. Olga did get piped, so that's fine. But lots of frags going both ways. It's currently 3 versus 3. Domo 65% Uber, not going to get it in time. Crater going down, but Papi on the back lines. Bombing onto Olga. Olga doesn't see it. Olga goes down. Papi cool lines with the salvage bomb onto the medic there. But it's just Gink and Domo on the concrete. Going to be shifting towards point with the spawners to link up there. Alien going to be just trying to commit to point. That's all they can do, really. It's only 6 seconds. But against Lucas. But yeah, they're capped now with 2 seconds left, and they don't think. Yeah, they've popped them to point, and it's going to be. Oh, Deli, nice try. 2-0, decisive. But 44 seconds, so it's not, a complete wrong.
Yeah, the problem is just that Ascent just has this much time at the end still left to play around, and they very much use the time they have to just make this like as comfortable a play towards the end as possible. And they know they have the spawns there to just fall back to, so the longer this fight takes, the better. And if you have the time to wait for spawns, then you sure as hell will. Ascent very much knowing what they're doing there. Gets them the second round as well now.
Yeah, we're into the third round here, DuMmTm, and no one making any jumps so far. Oh, as I say that, Papi goes through, but Crazy goes down early before that, so not really what we want. But we're going to see Gink and clean up as well. The French team has read this quite nicely. Yeah, 3 for 1. Ascent's aggression with the soldiers just not quite working out. French team really adapting to their playstyle.
See how long this will last. Lucas still trying to throw in some damage, make it uncomfortable on the point. Maybe waste a little bit of time here. Not too much of anything being gotten.
Lucas actually goes down. Jeez, the crazy spam from Raf, Deli, and Duo. Lucas Stank was just not ready for the incoming artillery fire from the French team. And it's just even Ubers now. I think they're going to wait for the Lucas spawner, and then they'll be making a move. But Crowley trying to edge a point there. Thomas meeting him onto a rock. It's just there. Here comes Lucas Lucas Stank all caps, and look more reaction sort of on concrete here. That side of the point where Raf actually going down to Pappy. Pappy behind that enemy cliff, but the Uber actually been popped from Ascent Domo, but Olga now uses it in retaliation, but can't really achieve much. Yeah, they just use Uber to get out, but Pappy still behind cliff here. Is trying to bomb us at Olga. Is he going to get anything? I think he will with the help of Crady, but looks like, yeah, blue team are just collapsing onto Red's China, but Gink going to go down as well, so that's the only frag really. Ascent played that really nicely.
Yeah, they knew exactly. We have this player behind. We will play around that just fine, and they committed perfectly with Pappy from the backlines to make a move with this. Kind of cleans up the kill for him, like you said. Really well done. That gets them a considerable advantage, about 30 to 40%. That is enough to make the Frenchies uncomfortable, and they want to just get this point back quickly before the Ubers matter at all.
Yeah, Domo's only at 65. Domo's actually so hurt, but Pappy putting out spam from his own cliff, from their own cliff. Wow, that has not worked out for Team France. Yeah, Deli just jumping out, but again, he's going to meet Pappy. Yeah, there he goes. Deli 69. Meeting the onslaught of Pappy on the rhythm, and decisive as hell. But it's very equal times, very equal cap times, I've just noticed.
In the midst of this, there was a little bit of just sketchy building for Domo, so this advantage is closed down a little bit there. Respecting the option of the forward hold here. Pyros, they're not needed. They just get out for free this time around. But yeah, like you said, it might be close on time, but Ascent just on point still with this even worse situation. This needs to be a good exchange, and we've only seen really one of them so far out of the Frenchies. Let's see if there's another one in the making.
Yeah, I've only just noticed that Lucas Stank is now using... Oh, that goes alien smiley. Unlucky. We're seeing Lucas using the loose cannon, which can be incredibly dangerous if used to its full potential. But we're going to see the whole of Red Team just sort of collapsing on the flank. And I've noticed this a few times in this round specifically. But the flank... Oh, they got... Wow, it's just a complete mulch of the French team. Ascent thriving in this aggression, this collapsing style that they're playing. It's so methodical, DuMmTm.
Yeah, when they have to call on something, they're all on it together this time. There was like one fight where it was like sketchy, but this time around it works out perfectly, like you said. Just completely taking them apart on the way out. Frenchies now hard pressed to make a move. 1 more minute left here, while they have again 40% disad.
Oh, just saying, it's just so strong. This third round has been so decisive in terms of the collapsing after the Ubers. But we're going to see both teams trading frags. But again, Pappy doing that same work that he's been doing this whole round on the French team's cliff, and they just can't contest him up there with the distraction from him and the aggression from the rest of his team. The French team are just not confident now. But Pappy just picking up Duo as well. Like, he's a pocket for God's sakes, and he's doing so much Roma work. Kingston get jealous in the moment, but Domo with a small advantage. Looks like, yeah, they're sort of just moving back a bit to deal with that behind threat that was Pappy, but it's going to be equal Ubers in just a moment.
Which is such a shame too, because Karnix in the meantime just kind of walked over the combo pretty much, didn't get the medic, but forced them all back on the kill, trying to do that same thing again. These exchanges still haven't been that great, but this time at least they just get it started with the major consequences so far.
Ooh, yeah, we didn't see Domo flashing a few more times, but Deli actually jumping forward. Crazy aggression from the French Domo, but he gets airshot by Pappy. Not the highest airshot, but still, I love a good airshot. And again, we're going to see just the after Uber aggression from Ascent.EU, and just the French team are just not ready for it. But oh, credit! I thought he was going to chase him there for a second. But this, yeah, like I said, the post Uber aggression from Ascent is just so strong.
And as you can see, they're just like, they barely have tiny time left, just camping would be maybe the right thing to do, but they waited for the spawner here. And he's right here for the last few seconds where the Frenchies just have to throw themselves on the point, or they will lose. It's a losing fight either way. In theory and in practice, Ascent will do that just fine to exemplify that here.
There's 2 frags for French. No, not going to be enough. Rafa spawner is going to try and commit something to point, but they've used the Uber onto point, so he just gets airshot and denied there, and it's going to be 3-0. That last round was really Ascent's best round, and that I got to say, and yeah, I said that decisive word quite a lot, but I think it sums it up quite nicely.
Yeah, and it doesn't even look like the kind of game where you just like think, or the one team is just like awful, for example. Like the Frenchies have things going for them, but anything the moment it starts going well for Ascent and they just find these openings they're going for, they just do so much more of them.
You know me, DuMmTm, I go straight to the logs. I'm already seeing an interesting log, actually, from I don't know. We'll get the logs on in a second, and that was the first map of King of the Hill product. So which if you're new around here, if you're not very up to date with TF2 or whatever, King of the Hill is King of the Hill. In this case, King of the Hill product. There's only 3 rounds, not 5 rounds like the usual uh, control points map. So we're going to see only 3 rounds, so 17 minutes, and I'm looking at the logs of. I'm seeing Delhi here. Are you seeing this Delhi? There's 4 to 14, but still top damaging.
Yeah, that's just like pretty much what I was talking about, right? Like the Frenchies were putting up a solid fight, but Ascent was just getting things done with theirs in comparison. Like it's actually crazy that difference is in the end, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, no disrespect to the Frenchies. They're clearly a good team, and they've molded chemistry together over the season. I will see them at Copenhagen land. Hopefully, hopefully the land will still happen. But it's just this Ascent roster is so strong, and the DM capabilities like we're seeing from Lucas. I mean, I could just say something, but I may as well say all of them. Like the whole team, and it really comes into practice after that Uber trade, and then they all aggress at the same time. They all hit their market. They all bang the shots, boom boom boom. They're putting out so much damage, and that's just all the time. But it's so prominent after those Uber trades. Don't know if it's just me seeing that, but that's what I noticed.
Whichever the case, I mean, we talked about it before the game started as well. The Sen had like the sketchy few moments. They were made to bleed at the beginning of the season, and people had their questions about how well they will perform now that the roster shakeups are all done for in Premiership, and it's looking pretty nice here. Arguably, the Frenchies maybe not quite the same caliber as Sixes as Lego as well, but this consistency is just something you need to have to even have a chance against these like top level teams that Ascent is clearly showing right now, which is a really strong sign going into the last few rounds of the season, going into land potentially as well. Whereas I'm really unfortunate for the franchise that it's just still this gap they have to overcome. Obviously, I think they're always in the talking as like this like Prem gatekeeper team that keeps all the div 1 teams out of Premiership basically. And as much as they're doing that, it just goes to show like that there's always just so much more to be done as a team.
Yeah, I feel like teams, whatever team in the world, they will never reach that level of satisfaction with their performance, because if they do, yeah, if these guys clearly they both want to improve and they're both playing for something, for more than just the fun of it. I'm trying to say like these teams never fully get satisfied with their performance, even if like I reckon Ascent, we could ask them in the post interview. I don't know if we will, but we could like into how did you think product went? They'd say, yeah, it was all right. Yeah, we won. But I guarantee you, they would say 2 or 3 things. That's just for example about how much they could improve with some of the earlier fights where the Frenchies were getting the upper hand, or that's just an example. I don't know if it's just me who thinks that, but
I'm pretty sure there's a very deep ninja tweet from the other week that like talks about this in detail. That aside, though, product
I'm
aside,
I'm not trying to quote Ninja, but I think I'm onto something. I don't know.
either way, Granary is next. This is going to be a very much a whiplash of tone for the game. We had like a very impressive, but overall still fast-paced overall product game to start this match off with. Now it's Granary time, which tends to be a much different beast, a much slower map for just about any game. Really, you always see it like one game before on the first map, whichever it is. It's just like such a different tone and pace to the Granary game afterwards. We'll see how these teams adapt to this. I don't know if anyone favors this over like any other map or not specifically in the map rotation, so we'll see how they do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean just to state what probably most people are thinking, but if I made a prediction, yeah, I reckon Ascent will take it. The rounds, yeah, I couldn't say. I'd say if I let's just say 4-0. That could be 4-0, could be 6-1, could be 5-0, could be 3-2. I don't know, but I'd say it'll be a victory for Ascent with a few rounds in their favor as well. Why are there? Why is everyone on blue team?
Because the Ascent color, like, officially is blue, and the French flag also has blue, even though it has red as well. But blue is more important.
Even though it's a third red, just like it's a third blue. Oh, so we're doing another heavy fist fight, but on Granary, it doesn't have any impact at all. But unlike product, which is why it's a very rational reason to have a heavy fist fight to determine who gets blue team on that map. But Granary, there's no actual map difference for either side. It's purely just for, I guess, pride, you could say.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, this has no higher reason. It's just they really want to. Olga has the best flex I've seen in a little while, which is idol rules.
Oh,
in claim of we can heavy fist fight for this again. So I mean, we'll see if they do what decision they're going for. Alien and WoW don't seem to care just yet. It's nothing to gain. It's nothing to lose. So, I mean, I'm down for a heavy fist fight, but we'll see. It didn't work out last time.
Who won the heavy fist? Oh, yeah, blue team. Yeah, Thomas. Yeah, Thomas was the
currently ranked 1 heavy in EU, not taking any Highlander mains into account because who cares?
I can't actually think of any Highlander heavies.
Poi.
Okay.
I know.
I don't know my Highlander.
I watched Highlander too because I have time. Obviously, I have time during the Highlander season, so I just watch random games that people want to see. But I can't come up with anything.
No, I'm not very. I'm quite naive when it comes to the Highlander. But we're going to see Lucas versus Karnax here. Let's get my camera right on the capture point. Lucas with the sign and Karnax with the fists. So we're seeing the different choices of melee combats here.
He's going to initiate first. The sign comes in first, but no, Karnax takes 2 hits straight away.
Oh my goodness. Lucas with aggression. But Lucas loses to Karnax. Karnax coming up big for his national pride, his patriotic
I always said
French
Karnax was like top 3 heavies in EU, to be honest.
You know a lot, DuMmTm. You onto that heavy theory, and you bang on. To be fair,
Karnax... Dude, everyone's playing heavy now. It's crazy.
Everyone?
I mean, you said you're not watching many Lordiv games, but it's like all over the place. It's actually nuts. I blame Seven. It's all Cadus' fault.
You blame Seven.
He did it at LAN, and now everyone's doing it.
Blame the almighty. Oh yeah, Snakewater mid. Yes.
Snakewater mid product. And last pushes, which was always like low-key a thing, because it used to be in the past, but it's like coming in back in fashion.
They
like
brought it back in fashion.
Like, this is the year of the heavy. It's crazy.
It's funny you mentioned that everyone has been playing heavy recently. The other night, it was about 2 a.m, couldn't sleep, just like, normally. But I decided to play a Highlander product lobby at 2 a.m. with my good friend Poison, Bus Crew Pocket. And yeah, I played heavy in that product lobby, and it was hell. It was so unenjoyable. Terrible. The snipers, the spies, just everything. You can't do anything that's heavy. I guarantee you, I was playing it very incorrectly though. I wasn't quite sure how to play it. I mean, I didn't have the sandwich. I don't actually have the sandwich in my inventory, and no melee weapons either.
That's the thing about heavy, though, right? Like, mechanically, it's not the deepest class at all. I think we all agree on that. However, the fact is that, like, any small mistakes because of that is just going to get punished so much more, because it just comes down to 2 things, which is aim and positioning. And if one of those 2 is just slightly bad at one moment, you're going to get punished for it fairly quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how my aim is bad on heavy, because it's just you just hold and then you just track, and yet I still embarrassingly fail at the simplicity of hold, click, and drag. Maybe it's a sense. I don't know. But and the positioning as well. Yeah, I did forget that when you are revved up, you are very, very slow, and you are very, very fast. So the sniper you know, he's going to be looking for your big, bold Russian head, and I lost track of that now. Wait, am I seeing a rematch?
I guess they are, yeah, according to chat.
So Karnax is holding his champion throne on the point, and Thomas is going to meet him. Now, this is the heavy showdown I've wanted to see.
Who's the best heavy in Europe? Karnax is going down early, hits 2 picks in a row.
So Karnax is actually getting these slight. Oh no! It's both 100 HP. Both 100 HP. Oh!
Karnax wins it. 2 quick ones.
Karnax, the pride of France.
The best heavy in Europe.
It's confirmed.
Indisputable.
See you later, Porty. I don't know who. I don't know the heavy Highlanders, but that's Karnax. If I had a hat, I'd take it off, mate, for you. Wow. I mean, that was a confident heavy performance. I'm gonna wonder if we see a heavy to mid going catwalk or something to deny the high soldiers. That would be nice to see, but I doubt it.
I mean, at this point, Karnax is just gonna roll heavy to mid and just punch them all.
Just flank down the side of the crates and just free punch the demo. But no, I doubt we'll see that. I'm afraid I'd like to, but I reckon we'll just see the cookie cutter mids for the first mid. Soldiers high bombing from the catwalk onto the walls, choosing wherever to land. I don't know. But I'm eager to see the early sticky trade-off between Lucas and Delhi because I've played against them both, and they're both good with their rollouts and their sticky aim. So I'm going to wonder how those early exchanges go with their sticky bombs.
Well, yeah, it just comes down to how the teams want to play this overall, right? Granary is a mid where you kind of have the option between like playing fairly aggressive, fairly passive D, depending on how you really want to approach it overall. Obviously, sides on which you go in does well matter, but that's like the general idea usually, right? So it just comes down to like, do you want to just have these scouts parked high ground? Do you just want to have these soldiers in deep, cross demo point, something like that? And that matters a lot with how much damage your demo gets early, right?
Granary's a crazy mid. Like, there's just so many blind spots, I guess, with the humongous crates just in the way there, and the scouts can just sort of just run across the floor without getting spotted until the last moment because of the lack of visibility due to those crates. And again, you can just if you want to take a passive approach, and you can leave a soldier in garage and just play around their aggression. You can sort of try to collapse onto yourself because they are trying to collapse onto you, if you get what I mean. Yeah, it's a very lots of different approaches to this mid. Like some mids are more linear and more straightforward, but Granary, you do have I'd say a few more options than most mids.
All right, so chat discussion about refighting this Atlanta aside. This should be close to being ready now. It's just a matter of, do they really want to start? Who knows? And like you said, I'm going to be interested to see how this will play out. Ooh, wait, somebody DC'd, crashed, died. Whatever it is. Olga disappeared, got shadow rammed, but he's back and they're ready to go.
Oh, but blue team are missing someone.
I think they realized, so there he is.
Yeah, there we go. So 3, 2, 1. Okay. First mid of CP Granary. Pro RC. I don't know what RC. I'll be perfectly honest. But first mid of the second map of the ETF2L Premiership Season 35, Week 6, and Lucas getting a bit faster, than Delhi into the catwalk there. But both demos trading stickies and now falling to the floor there to get the health packs. Yeah, we're going to see every soldier in the sky so high bombing around. Yeah, Delhi going down straight away, didn't survive long. Gink as well, Olga, Lucas, just so many frags, so many bodies everywhere. It's just crazy. Granary is such an open mind fest of just brainless DM, but Ascent getting the upper hand there. No.
Team got a switch, it's a franchise, yeah, that's
it's like a blue team, which is not Ascent.
That's what tends to happen when both teams try to go for the aggressive option. It's just people bombing past each other, and it just comes down to who does it better, who can stop more of it, and with the scouts obviously staying alive, that's like a huge one to just clean up late afterwards, so franchise getting better, and for now, Olga spawning crits with this as well is interesting. They will have 25% ad minimum out of this one, not accounting for any misbuilding on either side. So surprise factor is something they want to rely on here. Let's see if it gets rewarded, and let's see if Delius, I assume, can hit these. We've seen it last season once. Maybe he can do it again.
Oh, please give me another Deli crit. Unless, oh, Thomas was peeking choke there. He might have seen it, but, oh my god, I'm on the cam. I'm on the cam. Oh, Lucas is so hurt, but it doesn't clean him up. And he actually Lucas actually takes Deli down, despite getting crits to heat, but not dying to that. Wow, it's unfortunate that Lucas didn't die from that. Nice try, but yeah, Ascent taking that just smoothly through choke, no resistance there, and nice try.
Did you know that you can waste this much time between maps and still forget to change the config for 5CP for product? It is in fact possible, as we can see right here. Let's see if they will realize before 30 minutes have been played. On the bright side, it is Granary, so it's unlikely we see more than 3 rounds scored on any side. So yeah, for the time being, maybe Ascent's on the way to the first one at least. Doma already has Super Straight for last, Gun is getting built as well, so there's some resistance here, but this is just the kind of pushes you need to work. This is the prime opportunity.
Oh, Lucas bombing in with the stickies! That's... Oh, didn't catch Olga. Not quite, but Deli might get caught on the left if he's not careful. But there's going to be some cap time there from Kradu. The damage and frags favouring Ascent, but Lucas going down to be fair. But, oh, yeah, there's a few frags, which you might be able to salvage French team out of this last hold. And the high gun. Oh, Papi! No, Gink, sorry, my apologies. But bottom to high pipe there. But yeah, Papi does go down. Oh, some frags here and there. Both teams. There's Thomas taking down Deli. Trying to be meat-shotting. Who is that? Alien? No, taking down on the beam. Was always going to win that fight. But yeah, good hold there from the French team.
Yeah, one of the, like, if not the hardest, like, full Uber and last push to make happen. And the Frenchies are going to take this all the way. They see people close. They pop through. Alien with the retread in front of him.
Wow.
Domo far away. Can they get him? They don't bother. They want to just get the easy kills. First of all, maybe the wrong idea. Domo getting rid of 60 could be huge. Alien still knows where he is, but he's so far away still. Either way.
I like his aggression. We're seeing him looting a Gink in the... he was behind lines and just jumped to try and get away, but he wasn't healthy enough to live that. Throws out an XD in chat.
No one can kill Gink besides Gink, you know?
Oh, no one can kill Gink besides Gink. Oh, that was funny. Yeah, I don't know if I got caught on the stream, but we'll find out in a bit. And, oh, good to hear. Did Doma use Uber? No, Doma didn't use Uber here. That's fantastic. So well taken there from Ascent into mid. It's going to be a stalemate because Olga's going to get Uber any second now.
Karnex is behind on all of this. They spotted him, but he's still there. They need to take attention to that sooner or later. Else it could be ugly. The backup is probably out of the equation with him being spotted already, though. That idea has been compromised. The question is how Ascent approaches this. Do they care a lot behind the lines? Do they just go in? The soldier goes in for sure.
Oh, Kradu going through Z, but does get met by a Wrath. Papi going down earlier just now in yard. And, oh, where's Kradu gone? Oh, he's going to be actually winning that sort of exchange there against Alien Smiley. But Kradu is just sitting, just crouching behind the tires. They can't see it. And Kradu playing the patience game. God, I could never do that. I have no patience in this game.
Karnex in the meantime went down in backline, so they spent the time with the threat of the player behind themselves to just deal with the one they had on their own in the backline.
Wait, the whole of... Wait, I think I'm seeing this wrong. Yeah, so look at blue team are in second now, red team have yard. Alright. So Kradu, yeah, doing the distraction, giving his team that space to work for. Oh, Deli, you gotta be careful. Oh, actually, no, Lucas has gotta be careful. Deli getting better exchange of stickies there. So actually the Uber might be slightly more favourable for French team because there's no demo, no stickies in the Ascent.EU, no Lucas tank, and they're going to be busting out through Z into yard, but Papi taking advantage of that space and going through Z himself, but Karnex does meet him there, Duo as well in Lunchbox, and Lucas the spawner will be here in a few seconds, but Alien and Duo going down, Papi as well going down as well, but no, more frags in the favour of Ascent.EU, and French team might need to just duck out of there as quickly as possible.
Yeah, they just didn't respect the soldier in the close range area, and Papi takes advantage of that. Takes down 2 for the price of 1. The one unfortunately being himself obviously will go down as well, but that's good enough. That's 2 down that they don't have to deal with. 3 now, with Papi getting another one eventually onto round.
Oh, look at the aggression from Ascent.EU. Gink and Papi with some bombs. I love to see that. That soldier double bomb onto their point there to sacrifice themselves for the greater good. And the greater good DuMmTm is the first round in the side of Ascent.EU.
It is 1 round, and we still don't have a timer. So I don't want to alarm anyone, but granary games tend to feel long. This one might for a reason, so just be warned about that, as midfight number 2 is well on the way.
So how long has it been? Because I don't...
If you put in the time limit mid-game, it just like counts from the beginning anyway. So that shouldn't be a problem, I think.
Okay, we're fine. We're going to see some... Oh, Delhi not getting the Yarrow right he wanted, but Cranium and Pappy going down. Oh, hello.
I hope this is them pausing, because we realized they messed up with the config. Because that is kind of important, but as you were popping off about the mid-fight, yeah. Ascent went down a lot to make this aggression happen. They went down even numbers, though. As long as Ging gets decent value out of his position right now, this is still doable. Otherwise, they kind of just have to retreat. Doma's weak, has a pack in front of him. So, yeah, it just comes down to if Ging can do anything here, really. How much he stays alive for.
Oh, Gink is right above them, and I think he's... Yeah, he should be okay to stay on the catwalk. I don't think he's falling off. I think he's alright to stay there. And oh yeah, he's ready. Oh, but Olga with the jukes. And
he jumps at him.
Up, but Thomas does clean him up there with the damage. Oh, Gink going down onto Alien Smiley. That's a 3k for this mid from Alien Smiley. Good to see.
Neither the soldier nor the scout by the French side really wanted to like double down too much on the Domo kill. They really just rather wanted to cap, which we'll see if it pays off here. They had a chance. The medic was weak, stuck in the corner. No one went deep. They will get the cap for it, so that decision at least paid off. But will it pay off in the long run here? As Domo has the Uber now. Olga just now spawning. We'll see.
Oh, pardon me. We will see. And we just see some nice traps from Delhi on the side of a crate. So Lucas bombing in. Whoa! Oh no! He actually jumps right into the sticky trap, and he throws out a Lamau. So yeah, jumping into a sticky trap never really feels good. So oh, nice rockets from Pro 69, putting up Trader's aggression. But we did see some choke aggression from Ascent. Delhi getting caught here, not ready for it. There he goes. Got Rafa spawn, putting out some spam damage from the spawn door. And yeah, I think the time limit. Okay, yeah. Time limit's been noticed, I think. And Olga gonna get Uber any second now. They're gonna just hold last. They haven't got the spawners, and Delhi will be up in 3 seconds.
Alright, this must be roughly where the pulse happened, because this is a good little stalemate situation to do it in. It didn't last too long either, so that seems about right. And for that matter, speaking of the stalemate, on last we see Karnik sniping, just taking advantage of the long sight in your heavy, passive sight too, and a heavy on high ground. Kredu is trying to see if there's anything they can do for free. They wouldn't expect it to, but you always can hope that there's just a chance for a scout to just kind of get in for free. And sometimes, obviously, I say sometimes, most of the time, the kind of situations for a scout just going to last, like Kredu is right now.
God.
You don't think to get much, you just kind of want to die to be a sniper. And if you get the sniper in return, then that's even better.
Oh my god. Kredu just jumped for mad Finman. Finman? Finishman? Finn. Did you say Finn? I guess, yeah. Oh, almost, oh! Is Drogon and taken down by Lucas's pipes and stickies? No, almost. But yeah, just runs through window onto pipe, onto Karnax, and 1 meat shot, 2 meat shot, 3 meat shot. There goes the sniper. So not a feed at all. Tasty trade back. We usually Cranium on sniper, and we didn't see any of this on products. So I'm excited to see it now. We're going to be meeting Karnax as well. So going to be a nice sniper duel we'll see in a moment.
Yeah, I guess they don't want to bust out the secret weapons for a product just yet if they don't have to. This is a semi much different story. They have time to just do as they please right now. Being in the lead as well, it comes down to just these really awkward sidelines. I always say Gunnery is a bad sniper map, and as much as this point is the best point to play it on, still not that great. You always have to kind of commit something into the sideline by quite a large margin here. Kredu getting spammed for his troubles and his attempts to get through Shutter immediately, so obviously the French is well aware of it happening. With the like very well telegraphed feed for him, even if they didn't know beforehand. But checking, it's fairly obvious anyway. So that's not much of a surprise there. And yeah, even if one of them goes deep, the other sniper is just on the other side of that door at all times.
Yeah, Kredu's on these very cheeky barrels, sort of. I'd say barrels. Yeah, looking through that top entrance onto the pipe, but the sightline doesn't give him much to work with. It's purely just that door entrance from the outer pipe into the little door frame there. But he's actually rotated to the bottom left. I wonder if he's going to see Deli, because that's where Deli's held up. We're seeing some trading rockets on top here. Yeah, Gink and Quo, the Roma's trading. Oh, Olga getting actually pipes across there. Lucas has found a little sight line above that little side there. Olga meets the pipe, but not going down. So yeah, just another stalemate, just chilling out. Pappy peeking the door. Oh, he's gonna make it out. He's gonna. Yep, no. The sentry pushed him into the wall and making him very, very catchable.
This is another like kind of snake water argument that comes up a lot on that map, which is how much can you like throw into last until you risk too much for second? Because on snake water, you have liberties, you have good spawns, you have good positions on second to abuse. How much can you do here on Granary? Obviously pushing out of this point is difficult, and you have safe enough of yard at all times as well. How much does Ascent dare right now? Obviously they don't really need to, but they can maybe try and see how much they can toy up the line, how much they can get away with when the strength of the second point is being compromised. For now, it's the heavy actually coming out. I mentioned it earlier. It's gonna happen. It did happen.
Yeah, Luke. Oh, got there. There's a heavy Gink. My goodness, that was courageous. Olga has just dropped.
Well, not the heavy directly, but
no, he's just
sure
he just dropped with a combination of Gink the heavy and Pappy the soldier and Lucas the demo. Yeah, there goes. Yeah, lots of lovely frags for Deli, Bro, and Alien, and we're going to see some cap time in just a moment. But Deli put out, no, Deli not hitting his pipes, and the heavy strats was an absolute omega low.
Well, the thing is, you can't not take attention to the heavy, right? So you have to put in the work to deal with them quickly, and then just throw in pipes for that. Throw in more damage. It's the standard story of Sax. Just you can just drop down on the heavy with the heavy here and straight in front of the medic. No need to be on soldier and jump in there with like less than 300 after the burst has been negated by the jump. Just drop down with 450 and then just sack with that afterwards.
Wow. Do you notice how much faster Lucas is to Deli on that mid, giving him that early damage in the space? But blue team changing their mid approach this time, opting for that deep blue side, but Pappy getting 2 rockets onto Olga and Aiden, 2 kills there, my apologies. So big bomb from the captain, maybe the cap, I don't know, the pocket of Ascent. Could be the captain, I don't know. But after all of that, I'm seeing better numbers for the French team, DuMmTm.
Yeah, these mid-fights haven't been all too bad just yet. It's Granary, you tend to lose your medits quite a lot here, at least more on average than on most other maps. So that's not necessarily a done deal just yet. Whoa, maybe going a little bit too deep there in choke. Pappy really wants to kill though. Door gets the pack, Lucas with some backup damage, but Pappy actually gets out of this one alive somehow. They just let him slip away.
It's very, very slivery and not easy to catch all the time. But there's no demo for Ascent right now, so I wonder how French team will approach this. Yeah, I can't imagine Ascent will want to hold this without the Lucas tank. But we're going to see some trading in the right side here, holding that nice and close with a double spam. Gink is right around the corner. Oh no! Yeah, we're going to be catching. Oh, yeah, evading him. But Gink going on as well, so not the end of the world. We're going to see trading both. Every frag is every class is getting involved. Lucas chasing that deep aggression. Oh, but that was a foolish attempt. Duo juggling and catching him there. Lucas not happy with that little jump that he did. Oh,
yeah, both teams trying to do so much there. Eventually, yeah, the force comes in through the bomb there. Graf getting involved as well, but didn't need to. In the end, will go down just as much as the other soldier. So both down here. Deli left alone even to benefit of the rest of his team escaping alive.
Yeah, not the trade that Olga was looking for, and that definitely was the trade that Domo was looking for. So he can chalk that up on his board as being having better Uber trades, but leaving Olga sort of just leaving that sticky situation to get out. Oh, big bomb from Gink. No, Gink getting shot down. Wow, lots of frags here happening in yard. Can't keep up with all the action. It's crazy right now. Olga down as well, so there's no medic. Everyone is just down right now. It's just the likes of who's that? Duo and Thomas fighting in Z, but Duo getting a read on him. I'm going to see Lucas going down to Raph, who is on 2 HP. Now Force 2 with a mini pack. But wow, Carnage and Chaos just everywhere I'm seeing.
Yeah, that just escalated off of one mistake by Ascent, which is just not paying attention to Lunchbox much. They came from the far side yard into a shutter side and just didn't pay attention to that. Dwarf got through, got the medic, and they just had to escalate the entire situation to get these kills in the first place. Still doesn't quite work out as well as they wanted to, but just off the nature of Olga dying later, he would obviously have some desert here. Maybe not enough for them to feel comfortable to make a decisive play out of, but it's half time now, and they already have the 2-0 lead. They don't need these decisive plays that badly. They can just sit here and make the Frenchies do the mistake and just get away with just these like really safe plays of just like single sacks or something like that.
Ascent don't need to do a goddamn thing, and yet they're still taking it through choke. I think I've recognised that it's small. Whoa! Lucas with a big bomb on the shutter, catching the 2 scouts. That was, oh my god! Lucas is just in. Oh, what the hell is going on? Olga's popped, but he's with no one because Lucas has just killed like everyone. This is absolute mad scenes right now, but Lucas finally going down. Oh, big damage from Duo there, shutting him down a little bit, but that was a mad...
Well, Olga actually escaped the long way around, and they can't chase him all that way through Lunchbox. They just had to let him go. That was actually really smart. But Frenchie's Wrath in quickly there, doesn't hit too much damage, but still enough for some cleanup to happen. And they're just playing fast on the combo. So weak that Thomas shut down as well. That was really well done by the Frenchies after Ascent just said, we just play anyway, it's getting punished now. Getting in with the deep bomb doesn't work. Some cleanup.
Oh, they're just trying to salvage anything right now. The only pick there we're seeing is Lucas and Creative and Gink from earlier. Wow, that was mad. Lucas with a double kill on the shutter there, and then even getting Deli as well. Then Olga using Uber there and then salvaging it by being very, very sneaky and connecting with Raph and Duo, and then Doma going down after that. So, well played by the French team, I gotta say.
Yeah, just these small openings here by Ascent are being actually punished quite nicely on the second map. Player trying to get behind the drop down on Ascent.
Yeah.
They are taking that time though, yeah.
Pappy coming down. Pappy does get the Deli frag. I presume he's not going to be happy with that, but the Uber's actually been popped from Olga up top. Not achieving much of that Uber, I'm afraid. But now it's a full advantage for Ascent. Domo taking it through with Lucas on his code. Taking through shutter. Olga might be caught here if Lucas can jump in time. No, he can't. Not just hasn't got the ammo loaded to follow up on the aggression, but red team want to take this through garage in the moat. Looks like they're actually back tracking because there is a threat behind, so you want to be cautious about that back cap potential as well.
Especially with the much cap time the Frenchies have already. So Gink on back cap prevention duty finds Dwarf eventually. Doesn't quite get the end of the fight just yet, but at least Dwarf is not getting to start the cap at all. Credu now in the backlines as well, trying to shut that one down. Doesn't win the fight though.
Whoa.
The one area where you really just have to throw the rocket forward as a soldier. Dwarf wins the fight. Raph now with the Uber in, and they don't have that.
Got the Uber. Raph coming in with a nice bomb onto Ascent Domo, and a little air shot there as well. Just for the sake of a nice highlight, and Pappy not salvaging anything there, but Ascent getting caught off from this aggression, but Gink actually taking down Deli again with a nice timber frag. Well, Thomas, a headshot, another headshot. No, not enough. Nice headshot, some nice aggression from Gink, but overwhelming pressure from Blue Team, making it 2-1. Gonna see a bit of a comeback maybe here? Question mark.
Yeah, you praised the ability to come back before the game started, and they're showing as much as product was a struggle. Right now on Granary, they're able to find these mistakes and they're able to punish them when they see them. They don't happen too much on Sand, but the few times they were here this map, they made the most of it just now, finally getting around for it as well.
Gonna see Lucas tagging Deli again. These sticky mids from Lucas has been fast and efficient against Deli, and he's not been enjoying the pressure. But we're gonna see bombs. Here we are. Kaboom onto the oh my god, Olga got completely nuked. That was insane. We're gonna see just wow, Olga just sort of like juking on top of the blue crates there. They can't get a touch. He's gonna get a touch now. He died. I phrased that poorly, but he got bombed and he died. And almost taken out Karnax. Oh, the rocket. No, he bumped into the wall, and that's actually, is that the first mid that Ascent in the end end up winning that transition or no?
It's complicated with like these mids where like pretty much everything died as well. I'm pretty sure there was like a one day straight up one though somewhere along the way. It's been rough though for the mids overall, especially compared to how convincing these sort of teamfights went on product. So, you know, new map, new me, and the Frenchies making it work quite a bit. Not enough this mid around, though. They just got the early question on the medic, and as so often, you just don't have enough standing there
Oh
afterwards.
no, Domo! Raph was hiding. Cheeky, cheeky Raph. I don't know how a man that tall can even possibly hide, but he achieved it, and he got the bed pick, so he's going to be happy with that. Oh, Alien falling victim to Lucas's sticky traps. That's a bit of a predictable sticky trap. I don't know how that should have worked. He's just gone through Z and be, clear of the sticky traps. But yeah, it's going to be a big advantage for Olga. They're taking it through garage by the looks of it. I wonder if they go like left or right or over red crates. But red team really want to put some pressure on this coming in. Let's just see in a moment. I'm going to see, yeah, garage, like I said, bottom right. But Pappy there to meet him with some spam rockets, but does get piped as Daly gets juggled around. But, oh, actually, red team for the bust choke, but it's just not working. They read that quite well, picking up Gink and Kredu off only losing duos. So, Ascent trying to do some backcap stuff through chokes, but Frenchie's getting a better read onto that.
Right, there is a little bit of work done already for this round. It's grand. It's like hard to make a lot of progress at a time. So once again, this should come to a halt here on second with the even worse stalemate. Attempt to sag through, not finding the opening that the soldier wanted to, so Raph gets out as quickly as he possibly can. Roll with the second attempt. Doesn't get through either. These are just not going the way they want to, and it's now in the hands of Ascent to punish this accordingly. Are they single sagging? Are they trying to just walk in with the space they get?
Yes, sir. Yeah, oh, a bit damage. Am I getting cleaned up actually? No. Oh, I've lost the track. Oh, yeah. Oh, I feel so bad. Oh, no. Oh, how did. Oh, Olga drops. Was that. Where was he Medigun? Yeah, he drops from Thomas across the map by the looks of it. Oh, Monka Giga for Team France. And, feels good, man, for Ascent. Yep, Alien getting dominated there by Thomas and Crady. Strong, very strong from Red Ascent.
That's the difference though. Ascent just kind of faked the push, then sacked, and still had everyone close to deal the final blow, which was clearly needed. The bomb itself didn't do the job alone, so Scout just in the doorway in garage, just looking at the medic. Basically just got the kill done by itself. Oh, gets the first shot off. It's not enough by itself though. Barely will get out as well. Lucas can't chase too much with that. Unfortunately, Eva, everyone's still close and let him in for free. But Ascent just playing safe to get Domo out live and back in.
Oh, the bomb! Oh, Olga's gonna get caught. Is he? Yeah, he will. No medic. There we go. Deli getting caught in a cell. That Lucas double sticky bomb is so insane. The outright speed and just the carpet of sticky bombs is immense. And Olga and Deli not ready for it. But Lucas must be grinning right now. Absolutely grinning.
Alright, strong endgame position for Ascent. Only 6.5 more minutes. That's not a lot of time, especially not on Granary, with a 2-round lead now back in their favor. The Frenchies have shown a fight, but Ascent certainly not to be counted out just yet.
Oh, Lucas's stickies onto Deli, just really putting him off. Deli does not like trading stickies with this man. Almost getting picked off there, but another sticky. That earlier. Oh, actually bombs. Here we go. Yeah, Domo getting taken down again. Yeah, Domo again, that mid. Getting taken down. And the French team just hightailing out of there. Karlak's not quite making it out, but they want to keep their medic alive, so Olga slipping out there. Deli might fall as a victim. Yeah, it's just they're just going so fast out of there, but Ascent with that high speed pursuit, getting a few salvage frags at the end of that.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for Deli. He jumped backwards and he just can't strafe enough to get out of that one anymore. The rocket just preferred him perfectly. Still, like you said, Olga getting out there, it's the only thing that matters here. If you play for the early bat kill, you better make sure your bat stays alive by the end of it. They made damn sure of that this time around, unlike last time where that was just the downfall of them. So they have this ad now, it just needs to do something into mid. If they do use it, obviously not using it at all would also work, assuming this push isn't too slow here. But Ascent still here, traps early, soldiers close. Everyone's trying to prevent the worst thing from happening, which is just giving this up this point for free.
Yo, Lucas got those stickies, yeah, bottom left. He read that like a book. Oh my god, blue team getting mulched like a mashed potato in a blender or something. That's not how you that's not how you mash potatoes. But let's just imagine it, because that was a real life depiction of that. Deli coming back with a beam. Even if, oh god, oh, this is an absolute crumble. Oh no, free spawners, no, free spawners, yeah, not gonna be enough. The cap time, wow. What a turnaround. What an absolute flip of the classic tables. A full advantage leading to a loss. Wow.
All right,
Mad.
my like realistic self here is gonna say these days comebacks like this don't happen anymore. We all know it did at one point, but that was in the olden days when people didn't know what holds were and everyone just pushed. So I mean, technically doable, but it needs a miracle for the franchise.
Miracle indeed, but I doubt we'll see one. Lucas getting early pressure. They might get bombed later, but no, Olga? No, Olga. Take Olga out of your name, Dwight. The positioning is looking way, way better for the side of Ascent with the pipe as well there. That's not going to help them very much. And oh, Lucas with the bomb wants a choke. We're going to see mad aggression from Ascent.EU, not letting Olga escape there. It's just Dwo, the NG, and then that's really all she wrote for, I want to say, round 6. DuMmTm.
Well, certainly setting themselves up for success here, Sand making a great job on the mid fights. After the first few have been like a little bit more strugglesome, now it's just going well. The thing that's not going well is Domo's ability to climb the geometry here to get up to second, or get up to the top area of second even. Finally makes it up there and then everyone just drops down again. So it wasn't even worth it maybe? I don't know. No, they're coming back up. Okay, no one can decide though what they're really gonna do. And really it doesn't matter because there's so little time left. They really don't need to do anything. And even if they do, there's just not enough time to really punch them forward much at all. So Ascent just has this game in their hands right now and can just decide if they want to win it 5-1 or not, really.
Oh, they want to get every round they possibly can, yeah. Using through here. Lucas going to be getting the Sentry. There it goes, getting juggled onto pipe. Got to be watching out for the incoming onslaught from the soldiers, but nothing yet. So we're going to see success from Ascent. I think, yeah, I've seen. It's just success. It's just pure success for Ascent.EU. A pitch perfect uber advantage push into the map of Granary last.
And that just really shows like the progression of this game, right? We started off with just a really sketchy one from them, and we're pretty much ending it out with just a really clean one from them. So a nice improvement overall in this game. The Frenchies obviously realizing some mistakes as well on the way, but Ascent is coming out strong in the end, regardless.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see Lucas actually going for the bottom left rollout this time, but Delhi, oh my god. Oh, to be a demo getting rushed by 2 scouts on Granary middle. What a life, and Olga's already dead. Like, what is there? What even is there to cast? It just, hold on. Oh, that would do. It just happens, and yeah, Raf going down. Wow, wow.
Well, Alien is still behind, having the time of his life, baiting everybody to go back for him. But how much can one man do to save this entire game? Possibly not enough, but maybe he can take a fight or two worth fighting for.
Lucas spawn killed Delhi there earlier, so there's not even a demo for this little second transition as well. Lucas is just getting frags and frags and frags. He ain't stopping. He stops for no. Oh, Delhi jumping. Oh, he's gonna hit the air pipe. He's lost track of him. There he is. Lucas, how many doms has this guy got? Thomas has 6 doms. I've had enough. Thomas and the 6 doms. I don't even know how it. That game lasted 29 minutes, but it felt like it should have been about 9 because you got 6 doms. What the hell?
Well, he might only be the second best heavy in Europe, but well, after Gink's play, I guess he's number 3, really.
True.
But
Yes.
he surely is up there for Scout. Made the statement yet again for himself and the team as a whole. And I guess we need to revise the heavy rankings. Because really it's like Gink 1, Carnix 2, and then Thomas, I guess.
Yeah. I'm already on the logs, and no wonder he had 6 doms. No freaking wonder. I mean, really? Really? Oh my. DuMmTm, you seen what I'm seeing?
I see a Beam Scout, yes.
A Beam Scout, yes, but he's playing it perfectly. He's
I
doing
mean,
it
I'm
so
not arguing
well.
that.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing the success. I'm just saying that exactly what's happening here. They
You
know
see-
how they want to play him, and they're doing it really, really well.
Wow, that's a lot of frags, and we're gonna see the logs on the screen in a moment, and yeah, it's just dominance. like we saw in the previous map, it's just the caliber of the teams. That's it, really. There's just different levels, and this is clearly a representation of two different levels in the current Prem season.
Yeah, I do respect Frenchies a lot, taking
Yeah.
up these fights every season, and honestly, like the parts where it went well actually were looking really impressive too. It's just that they have these moments, they don't last long enough. Ascent always finds the answer back again, and that makes a big difference in the end here for them to come out strong, because they just adapt much more towards the end of the game, and it just goes such a long distance here. So well done to both teams, but obviously, like you said, Ascent just a step ahead that the Frenchies are struggling to keep up with by the end.
Just noticed that the second best heavy in Europe, aka Thomas, took less damage than Olga, the enemy medic.
Well, at that point, you have to ask yourself, why does this guy even get 26% heals
Yeah, I know.
if he doesn't even take any damage?
Pumping the heals into the wrong individual. Well, I mean, no, I mean he's got 33 frags because of the. Oh no, because he's good. But I think. I mean, I was casting it. He seemed alright. He seemed alright.
Oh yeah, I think this pro player is pretty okay.
He seemed not bad at the video game. But the damage taken is very minimal. Yeah, I wonder how the interviews will go. I mean, it's pretty one-sided. After all that, there's not too much we can say. It just we'd just be repeating ourselves. And yeah,
Well, it's like there were these like 2 really unfortunate drops for Olga too, which is
yeah,
always heartbreaking to see. But Ascent played into those situations well. Like at best for the Frenchies at that point, once those plays were in play, it would have been really bad forces anyway. It obviously made the bad situation worse, but it already was like too little too late even to use that in the first place. Stuff like this just needs to be prevented much sooner, and that's just things to look back on from the French side, where they just need to see, oh yeah, this is how this went down. We can't let these things happen again.
we can't. Well, I'm sure it'll be easier. It'll be different anyway, at least to play against the other Prem teams which haven't been together.
I mean, sure, but you can always bring up an argument against better teams and say, "Oh yeah, we'll do better against the teams at our level." At what point do you put in the work to be to be able to contest these better teams? Right? The Frenchies are putting in that work a lot. They are playing. They're keen. They always want to go that next step. It's just hard, obviously. If it was easy, we wouldn't have Premiership. It would just be one big group of Swiss teams. But yeah, like exactly, that's like what they're trying to do. Obviously, they're trying to put in the work. It's just really difficult. They're making progress for sure. If you compare like their current progress, how they're doing against like the first season they were in Prem, there certainly is improvement, but it's just not that easy. And no. I respect them for putting up the fight every season.
Yeah, they do. Last season they were quite strong, if I recall correctly, making playoffs. I think.
Well, it just is unfortunate that like a lot of teams are dying right now in Prem. So like
yeah,
the game against the Germans that they know won't get next week, the last week, I think week 7, it would have been like a really interesting game because the Germans were also improving really at a nice rate as well. And it would have been a really interesting matchup, as well as now a missed opportunity against Aura, who sure like died as like an added consequence of like, you know, not being able to put in the work, so they wouldn't have been as strong if they stayed alive anyway. So who knows how that would have went either way. It's just like missed opportunities for them to like make a statement for themselves here.
Yeah, better luck next time. But I think some of it has got to do with just like player skill caps, like how much they can possibly actually like be at the peak. Every player, everyone has different sort of personal peaks of their skill abilities. So it is different for some people. So sometimes, if I'm not saying they can't improve, I'm not saying they're not improving, because they are over the course of the seasons. But I'm just saying that could be a factor to keep in mind.
I mean, that's also something you have to consider. Sure, you're always proving, striving to improve towards the level of the best teams, but it's not like they're at the best because they're literally at the best they can be as people. They're also still improving, maybe at like much smaller rates now than they were before, because there's obviously just much less to strive towards. But like Ascent is like, Ascent is also just like looking for opportunities to better themselves as a team, as players, to play better overall, and like that's just, it's always like a strive to improve on all teams, even the best ones, and it doesn't make it easier for the lower ranked teams to get there, because obviously the other teams are not going to likely just come closer that easily. And yeah.
Any interviews?
Well, I saw Thomas connected and Papi connected, but they're not here, so I guess no, and that's just the end of the story. So yeah, with that, we just need to figure out what's happening next, and it's not a game tomorrow, because the teams died. It's sad. Absent chat. Next game this week is next Wednesday, surprisingly enough. That is Lego against somebody else. I like how Kunu stopped telling me his games at any given date, because they actually used the match pages to schedule it correctly.
It will be...
that's just surprising, because no one in Prem does that.
It'll be the Wizards, I believe, on the 11th.
Yes, that is next Wednesday, indeed. So that's the next game this week. It's next week.
Stay tuned.
It's going to be surrounded by a bunch of other games. Well, not a bunch, because there's like 6 teams, so it's not that many games next week anyway. So stay tuned for the few games we have left before playoffs come out. Otherwise, LAN is soon as well, which be cautiously optimistic towards, I want to say.
Yeah, Copenhagen LAN, obviously hype, but there's this little sort of virus.
The phase when you want to go to LAN to get LAN dev, but you only get actual dev.
You just get normal dev. No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Coronavirus only killing like old people and like, absolute, like they're killing. They're just getting rid of boomers, so we're fine.
Oh no, the poor Danish Lego players.
The poor. Oh yeah, some of them are going actually. Yeah, you're right.
Is boomers going? Should we tell them?
Are boomers going? I'm sure they're not. No, I don't think they are. No, I don't think they are. Because Poison is going, but Poison's going to bus crew. So, shout out to Copenhagen LAN. Fingers crossed it will happen smoothly, and no worries there. Just you want to shout out someone, DuMmTm?
As always, shoutouts to my boys, shoutouts to Feint Gaming, shoutouts to TF2Pickup.pl, and shoutouts to my stream, where I always, around these times as well, when there's no Prem games, cover whatever lower div games are interesting. So if you know anyone in lower divs, stay tuned, and make sure to follow both of us on Twitter, at DuMmTm, just my display name, and at Yohn ____.
Hi. Oh, is that my Twitter?
Yes, it's 3 underscores. I know these things, because I have to write your Twitter all the time, and it's better than it was before, I give you that.
Oh, it had a bunch of numbers, yeah. That was when I was new to Twitter. Yeah. Good shout outs. Shout out to Boris Johnson. That's it really. He'll make things right. And I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, this has been ETF2L season 35 of the Premiership division. I believe it's been week 6 between Ascent.EU versus las fakecallers de l'extreme. I don't know if I butchered that, but
everybody knows what it means. I mean, it's very obvious.
Those two teams. The score ended 6-0, 3-0 on product, and then 5-1.
6-1.
6-1
numbers.
On Granary. Yeah, numbers. So it's been a pleasure to cast it. Thank you for joining. It's been myself, Yohn, and my analysis caster, DuMmTm. And on production, we've had ArchRhythm. And I think that's it for now. So have a lovely evening. Get some rest and whatever.
Twitch
Ciao
Prime.
for now.